Hello, and welcome to another episode of Emergence, a TTRPG campaign using the Level Up Advanced 5th Edition system. My name is Jake, I will be your GM, and these are our adventurers. Before we begin, as always, a shout out to some of the amazing folks who make this show happen. Huge thank you to Bowniesart for the character cards and flashing below. Please check her out and commission her for art. It's all really good. Thank you to CzePeku for their battle maps. Hopefully won't be used tonight, but you can subscribe to them on Patreon for access to their whole backlog. They have a ton of amazing maps. Thank you to Vernon of Potential Strangers LLC for the production of our intro cinematic. And thank you to the musicians and composers who create the music that we use to color these sessions. You can find all these amazing folks in the info card as it flashes by below. And lastly, the biggest of thank yous, as always, to you, the audience. Thank you for joining with us as we tell this story. It truly means the world to us that you give your time to us and our story. Now, before we move on, any announcements?
Make sure you're tuning in the opposite Tuesdays from the sessions for our Stars and Wishes, where we decompress from the sessions and compliment each other and talk about what we hope for the next session. Be sure to check out Cole's channel for the upcoming one-shot Realms of Alavar, Children of the Void, where the origins of the dark gods of his world are explored. And I think you may see some familiar faces there. As always, make sure you're following everybody on our social medias to stay up to date on the various projects we are involved in. You can find links to those in the description. And now, back to the session.
Thank you for those announcements. Without any further ado, let's find out what happens next on this episode 10 of Emergence. When last we left, our adventurers were completing their journey to the city of Kelnafalir, but were stopped on their way by some kind of cursed waterway in the mountains, a mountain lake that was bubbling and acidic and overall did not look very safe to traverse. So instead of traversing it, they instead took a hidden passageway through the interior of the mountain that Neander was aware of, that nobles of the area would sometimes use to avoid bandits. While on the way there was a moment at an outlook within the tunnel sticking out of the side of the mountain, overlooking the interior valleys, where we reflected upon Neander's childhood and his relationship with his long since departed father. The party continued the rest of the way, but after emerging from this tunnel and making camp, they were attacked by a young roc, a large, very large bird, as it sought to try to establish its own territory. It immediately tried to go for the horse, but luckily the party withstood it, and though the roc did manage to pick Cal up and attempt to fly away with him, Cal was able to escape the grapple of its talons, falling more than 100 feet to the ground, and did not die thanks to some kind of mysterious magical ability. He's very curious about it. The party moved camp, but after moving camp, they encountered a small band of knights, as well as a cleric, who had been sent from Kelnafalir to check out that cursed waterway. Using his influence as a member of House Tyrion Valley, Neander got the cleric to give Cal medical attention for this rather serious injury he had sustained, and this cleric gave him a recommendation of a sanctum of Solvanach to check out in Kelnafalir to hopefully find some answers. Neander also convinced one of the knights to escort them immediately the remaining several miles to Kelnafalir. Thus, the party safely arrived at the wealthiest city in Didaeus. And again, thanks to Neander's station, were granted entry into Stoneside, the wealthiest district of the city, as well as a night's rest in the estate of House Balvern, one of the vassals of House Debris, who rules the area of the Eastern Wilds. A lot of names and places to remember. So now, as the party is in the estate of House Balvern, Neander has let the house servant know that they only need 3 rooms. To which he entered one of them, and Cal followed. So just a second. I was checking the chat to see if it was Royale, and I'll cut this out in post. And Royale will be joining us here momentarily. But the party, you guys are in this hallway of this stone-carved mansion. A lot of tapestries and rugs to kind of soften the interior. It is well past midnight. A couple of the party members have levels of fatigue, and this will be your first night in, I think maybe a week that you are not sleeping on the road or in a ruin. So,
all Cal's going to do is as he follows Neander into the room, he's just going to look at Vela and Rain and go, all right, good night. And walk into the same room as Neander, close the door behind him.
Before we do that, can Neander, catch the servant 1 second and take his, as he's going to tell Cal, follow the room, I'll be in there just a second. And he'll talk to the servant and say, I know you're tired, and he takes off his cloak. Can you see that this is clean and mended?
Of course.
And then also, can you bring an extra blanket and a pillow, please? And,
absolutely.
And just, when you get back, just give a little knock and I'll answer. And thank you.
As you wish, sir. He takes your cloak, folds it half, puts it over his arm, and hustles off, leaving the 3 of you in the hallway. Sans Cal.
Yeah. Neander's gonna say, well, there's 2 other rooms. We'll see you all in the morning. And then he'll go to the room with Cal.
And then, just kidding.
I was like, there's more, right? Y'all gonna do?
I'm like, what are y'all gonna do first? Give Spencer and I time to think.
Okay.
Oh, I have thoughts.
I know you do.
Absolute cinema.
Favorite part of those, Abigail's face just slowly moving close to the camera, yeah.
And then what?
Yeah, Bex and Abby have their own snacks just for this part. Just waiting.
I need popcorn. So Rain will look over to Vela and go, well, that's interesting.
That was fast.
Yeah. You were kind of out of it for a little bit, but this did happen quickly. I'm gonna assume, are you cool sharing a room?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. They're big beds, I think. I hope.
I don't mind. I've been sleeping on a traveling cot for a long time, so.
I will peek in. How large is the bed?
The beds are both quite large. It is essentially two queen-size beds. Which to describe the room, both of the rooms, because these are all pretty uniform guest rooms, you guys see very lush carpets on the floor, thick tapestries. When the servant opened the door, he would have lit a lantern inside, so low flickering, soft light, but 2 large, comfortable beds that have 4 posts around them and curtains that can be drawn for privacy as well. But each one has two of everything, basically. There's like two wardrobes, two desks, but each room has like one, essentially a bathroom attached to it. That if you look inside, you see there is all of the amenities you could want, but you also see that Kelnafalir, being the wealthy city that it is, as well as to access to a great many resources, has hot water, and plumbing, and large clawfoot tubs that can be that baths can be drawn into.
Oh, these are fancy. I will run in.
Yeah, Vela totally runs in after. Has one of the beds and just kind of flops down face first. Her very fluffy skirt kind of floating down after her. She's just.
It's very lush.
This is awesome.
Never had a sleepover before. I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna be honest.
Me neither. Oh my goodness, I've heard of them before, but the neighborhood kids didn't. I heard they had them a lot.
I know. I never was anywhere long enough to have one. Oh my god, we can be sleepover buddies.
Oh my goodness, that'll be so fun. Okay. What do we do? She's like sitting
I
there.
don't know. I think we're supposed to like share stories or something, but I'm not
You're
sure.
right. Well, do like braid each other's hair and gossip.
We can do that.
Oh my
I have a lot of hair.
God. Me too.
Oh, perfect timing. Well, the other kids had sleepovers. I never got invited. That's depressing. And hilarious. I call it hilarious.
That's shared friendship over lack of friends growing up.
That is a carryover joke.
Trauma bonding.
That is a carryover joke from Vela's previous campaign, and it is actually clipped and in like it is one of the few surviving pieces of that campaign. Agnew can hang out with us for our slumber party.
And Royale is with us, but will be sans camera for just a little bit. But he is there. Here, let me turn on the Agnew picture that way. There we go. There he is.
I thought sound clip. I was like, I got clips. It's too early.
So Rain and Vela, you guys are in your room. We're gonna take a quick peek over to the other room. Cal, you had a few moments in the room by yourself, but you walk in, you see the two large 4-poster beds.
Is there a mirror in the room by any chance?
Oh yeah, there's a mirror.
I feel like he goes over and just looks, and because he hasn't really seen himself since he left home, and he's like, his hair's longer, his beard's longer, and he's just kind of looking at himself like, that's new.
Also,
looks like a completely different person, scars, beat up, and he's just huh.
You do see like the two beds, and then between them you see the door that leads to that to the washroom in the back. If you wanted to, you could draw yourself a hot bath.
I feel like he's just staring at himself for a minute because he's like trying to take it all in at first.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have taken long for Neander to walk in after, so oh wait a minute. Oh wait a second.
I mean, Neander, you a moment later you come in, you see Cal regarding himself in the mirror.
Yeah, Neander is gonna, as he walks in, Neander's already unbuttoning his shirt as he's getting and he's walking over to one of their beds, and he looks at you, Cal, and he just says, "Calibor, is everything okay?"
Yeah, just didn't realize I could look so different so fast. Huh. I don't mind it, but
Coming from me, I don't know if it means anything, but it's a good look. As Neander, like, you kind of see, like, he turned his back away and like he takes off his shirt and you just see his back, and it's kind of fairly chiseled back. Like Neander, Cal, you kind of see that like Neander, based on the muscles, he's all about aesthetics and tonality, right? There's no strength, aka his strength goes in 11. So like, but yeah,
You have Instagram muscles. Cal has
boom,
muscles
there it
that
is.
work.
Yeah, and he folds it, and he's gonna rest it up against the armoire, and he's just gonna lean and just look at you, and he's just gonna look you up and down, and he's just gonna look at you.
Cal's gonna turn and he's gonna see like he's gonna
That's his
notice.
face for me.
He's gonna have noticed. Oh no! Don't think I didn't see Abby like slowly creeping up the fan.
Locked and loaded.
she's ready. No, it's a good thing. But Cal would have noticed like as you take your shirt off and he just goes, "You're a bit more fit than I thought." Like I didn't. No, like no offense, just like. Casting spells, slinging spells, I didn't think you cared much about physicality.
Well, Cal, I do like to keep up appearances, and we did have a master at arms at the castle, so, but also I like to dance, and he looks you up and down. Do you like to dance, Cal?
I mean, I know a little bit. My mom taught me some.
Do you?
Abby.
And he's gonna... I'm just like, come on, man. And Neander's gonna he has let his hair fall down at this point. And he's gonna walk over to you, and he's still appraising you, and he's like, Cal, since we're in the city and you have to be my bodyguard, most nobles, we have bodyguards who are, let's say, of a higher status. They would know certain things, and at this point he's like right behind you, and he says, do you know the Dadean waltz?
Is there any chance I would know that?
I mean,
do you want me to roll for it?
yeah. I mean, unfortunately for you, this is going to be an intelligence culture check.
Oh no, not intelligence. Oh, and I have proficiency in culture. Okay, so this is a -1 roll. Oh, perfect. I have my yeet fuck dice. Okay, 18.
18. Very good. You, while not super practiced in it, I think you remember, because as you had said last time, that there was a time where Cal's family did like a little vacation to Lakeside in Kelnafalir, and I think one of the family activities was like a family dance class. So you remember the basics: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Though maybe not the all of the waltz, but you remember the basics of it.
Yeah, I mean, we took some dance lessons when we came out here, so I know a little.
Would you like a lesson? A refresher, if you will, as he extends his hand to you.
He's like, oh, well, I'm not one to turn down dancing with a pretty little thing. He grabs Neander's hand.
And Neander's he chuckles at it. He's gonna say, in dancing, there's leaders and followers, and I like to say I'm a pretty well-equipped leader. And he looks to you and he says, I think you are well-equipped to lead as well, but I think tonight you'll have to suffer me to lead. As he grabs your hand, and he's gonna guide your hand on his shoulder, and as he grabs your hand, you feel a shock. And Jake, for your reference, just so you know, at this entire time, Neander is using arcane empathy. He wants to know exactly how Cal is feeling every single moment.
Well, that's not up to that's not up to me.
I feel like, based on Cal's experience with people he's dated and stuff, the way you're talking, trying to get, he's just kind of he's just kind of smirking at you. He's like, oh, I'm a fast learner. I'm pretty sure next time I think I'll know how to lead pretty good next time. And just for fun thing, as soon as your hand touches, he does a tiny flex and just trap city for a second. Just
And Neander says, Oh, well, you are a good listener. As he puts your hand here, he's going to put his hand behind your back. These two fingers are on the small of your back. Shock there. And the last three are like cupping your ass a little bit. And then he has your hand and he's like,
Your fingers are like this because it's popping out so much.
yeah, 2 C's, man. No. And Neander's going to say, and 1, 2, 3. And he just goes going through the motions. What is Cal's emotional state during this time with arcane empathy?
This is probably the most relaxed he has felt since leaving home. And he's having fun, which which he's put up kind of tell he's put up a facade of like being happy-go-lucky since they left, but there's been very few moments of happiness since he's left, and this is one of them.
Yeah, and Neander is locking eyes with you. He's not, and there's a smirk, and he's just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and like, how many lamps are there in the room?
There's the one by the door that was lit when you came in, and then there would be one by the mirror, and let's say there's 2 mirrors. So there's one by the door, one by each mirror, one by each bed, and then one in the washroom.
Yeah,
a total of 8.
They're kind of dimly lit. Neander's gonna use prestidigitation to light them fully as they and he's gonna. You're doing very well, Cal. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and he says, "Close your eyes." He's gonna. Well, you can go ahead as well.
I was gonna say, as a GM, like I could say, like if I may, Cal's emotional state can dictate like how bright and like the different shade of blue his eyes glow. And like, would you be okay with that?
I am absolutely okay with that, and Neander is certainly close enough to notice.
So you might have noticed before, like paying attention to Neander, like whenever he's fighting and he's angry, his eyes glow like a dark, deep blue. They are glowing brightly like a bright sky blue right now. Show a different emotional state. And he's following, he's doing a good job, and he's just kind of smiling at you. He smirks back. It's like, after this lesson, I might have to teach you to dance the way I was taught back home. Well, it might be a little different for you.
Oh, I dance all types of rhythms, Calvor. You just have to find out which ones I like the best. As he continues to dance, and Neander's gonna step away, and he's like, "Thank you. I haven't had a good dance partner in quite some time." As he bows, and he's going to take off his. You said there was the writing desk in the room, yeah?
Yes.
Just making sure for my notes. He's going to take off his boots, and he's going to prestidigitation, turn off all the lamps except one in the washroom, and he's going to say, it has the curtain, the privacy curtain. He said, "Have a good night, Cal, and don't shock yourself tonight." And he's going to close it, and he's going to take a bath.
Cal's going to look in the mirror. He's going to be smiling. He's going to look at himself, take his shirt off, and it's going to be filthy. And he's going to be like, probably ought to do one of those, too. But he is going to smile and just kind of like kick his boots off and like lay back on one of the beds and just like, hands on his head, good old country boy, just like smiling as he stares up at the ceiling. And then he's just going to, oh, well, he wants to dance my way. We'll see how he handles the flips. He's a country boy.
Yeah.
You're going to get flipped.
I've seen 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. We'll cut for a moment. We'll cut back to Rain and Vela. Are you all
totally different vibe?
Totally different vibe. Are you engaging in slumber party activities, be it the braiding of each other's hair, the swapping of rumors?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but we brought Agnew in for sure. We totally got Agnew.
If he's amenable.
If he's
Not for the
amenable
sleeping
to it.
part.
Invitation received.
What's that from that show, George Vinny? Thank you for the invitation.
And accepted. Otherwise, yes, I think it would just be us two. And absolutely, I would want to do all of the slumber party things that I had heard of that I had not done.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
And I heard that you have to stay up really late, too. And we need snacks.
Snacks?
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know that we have any, and I don't really want to, like, impose. We have rations?
By the door, there is a like along one of the walls, there is like a velvet cord that just goes into the wall. It's I would say, like, you know, between the two of you, does Agnew accept the invitation to Slumby with the gals?
Yes. Share some tea.
Yeah.
Sip some wine.
I would say between the three of you, perhaps there is like a little bit of that, like, you know, the common knowledge that, like, oh, if you pull the rope, then it like lets one of the staff know that something is needed.
So I know Rain would not want to inconvenience the staff at this point, but maybe the others would.
I think Vela would a little bit. Just this once.
You give the cord a pull. You don't hear anything, but there is like a little bit of resistance. And then maybe like a minute or so later, there is a gentle knock at the door.
It worked. I'm gonna open the door.
You see the same servant who had helped you guys to your room earlier. He just says, "Yes. Do you all need anything?"
Yeah, thank you so much. Would we, by any chance, be able to have some snacks and refreshments, please?
Absolutely. And if you
Wine, please.
wine as well. If you, I understand you are guests. If you need anything, pull the cord. It is my job to stay through the night and ensure that any needs are met throughout the evening. So I will be back in just a few minutes with some food and some wine for you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gives like a little curtsy and then closes the door and goes, "Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is so fancy.
This is, wow. This is very fancy."
I know, I've never done this before.
Me neither.
I feel bad. I feel bad that the servants are like staying up.
Yeah. I hope that we'll like they can sleep after this.
I know. I feel like they don't. They get paid though, right? Hopefully they get paid a lot, right? Servants get paid a lot, I think. No, they don't get paid a lot, do they? I don't know.
Everyone's open the coin.
Okay,
So
all
we
right.
should pay them then, right? We should.
We can maybe ask in the morning if we should. Are we supposed to like tip them? Is that a thing that we're supposed to do?
What if it insults the? What if? Oh no.
That's right. It might be insulting. I don't know. What do rich people do? I don't know. I don't want to bother Neander because they might be busy. I don't know what they're doing, but.
You do hear the rumble of the pipes and the plumbing as a bath is drawn in the next room. After about 5 minutes or so, there is another gentle knock at the door, and if you open it, he is standing there. He has a tray with a plate of some cheeses, some like grapes and apples, and a little bit of bread, as well as a bottle of wine. There's probably a wine that's good to have before bed. I'm not a wine person, so I don't know. And 3 glasses. And he enters and he puts it on top of the writing desk. And because it is his job, he is going to make an insight check. Okay. He just kind of gives a quick, like, you see him like really quickly just like scan the room as he exits, and and he just says, "If you need any refills or anything, it's no problem. This is my shift." And he will gently close the door with a small bow, and he exits the room. From what you guys can tell, like, he doesn't seem bothered. He doesn't seem haggard. It seems that he just has the night shift of sort of just waiting to see if anybody needs anything. You can imagine if like there's like a lord of the house that like might a pot of tea be needing to be brewed at night, or receiving guests, things like that.
Okay.
I want to also let the audience know that this is a well-paid union member.
Unions, let's go.
Jake's like none of that bullshit here.
Yes,
This is a fantasy world where
We
we
love
get
fair wages.
they have
we get to do
benefits,
things like
fair
this.
pay. I'll be cold and dead in the ground before my fictional workers don't have unions.
Awesome.
In the fantasy world, the billionaires pay people proper wages.
No,
We are
the
not
billionaires are
fictional
hanged.
union busters.
Yeah, there
That's
are
not true.
none.
This city is literally ruled by a billionaire.
This is incredibly wealthy. This is an incredibly wealthy city.
I was like, oh, sure, Jake, are you sure?
You
Not
meaning
this
to
one.
eat the rich?
Don't tell Cal to do that. He'll take it literally.
Oh, but
wait,
yeah, there is
Neander.
there is there's some very fine cheeses, some grapes, some apples, and some bread, and a full freshly uncorked bottle of wine.
This is Wait, okay, so you've never done a slumber party. Have you ever done a slumber party, Royale? Is this a thing, like on ships?
Technically? More or less. But yeah, we can say yes to that. Plenty of slumber parties here and there.
Okay, so you're our guide then. We think what we're supposed to do is gossip and hair braid and stay up late and eat food. Is that right? Maybe?
There's no particular order for it, but yes, all the above. So, before we do anything though, I do suggest we make ourselves comfortable. I'm going to take a minute, go to my quarters and refresh, and I will return in a moment.
Sounds good.
While that goes on, oh my god, my brain just completely shut down.
I have stuff I can ask Vela if you want.
Well, quick cut back to the adjacent room as as Agnew goes and freshens up. Neander, you run yourself a hot bath, quite a luxury after I think you've been on the road for a long time at this point.
Yeah, Neander, he gets into the bath and he just sinks in. Like, it's like, oh, finally. They don't write about this in Adventuring 101. And usually, he'll have like attendants helping him, but like he knows how to clean himself. I think his parents taught him like how to be self-sufficient. We basically saying their position can always be taken away. And so so he knows how to clean himself. He gets some shampoo and he gets some fragrance and he puts it in his hair, and like there's a comb. He's like combing his hair, right? Like it's long silver white hair. He's combing that bad boy. And I think he's sitting in there. I think he's just pondering about his travels from Port Hartson, getting to Wayne and to Holyhead, and he's just in awe of like in this journey he's discovered so much about himself but yet so little, and then at his last thought he just thinks of Cal and he's just like, what an interesting man, as he's just combing his hair. And after a while, he's gonna I would say 30, 45 minutes. He gets up, he grabs a towel, he wraps it around, and he walks back into the room, and goes towards his bed. Yeah, I guess he's walking back into the room, heading towards his bed.
So Cal's gonna look up when he sees Neander walk in. He's gonna take a look, and then as Neander passes the armoire where the clothing is, Cal's gonna put his hand on it right next to Neander's head. He's gonna lean, and he's gonna look. You got nice quarters. And then he's gonna grab a towel, pull it back, wink, and walk into the bathroom. But when I say he lean, he puts his hand right next to Neander's head and he leans in pretty close for a second, smiles, and then grabs the towel and goes to the bathroom to take a bath. And takes his shirt off as he's walking into the bathroom.
Neander, he's gonna try to sneakily catch a peek as and Neander's fully taken aback. He's I think in Neander's mind, Neander's usually the one who charms people. Nobody really gets to jump, and that just surprised him. And so he's oh, well, that hasn't happened to me in a century. And he just walks towards the armoire.
A little bit. Yeah, Cal doesn't really know what privacy curtains are for, so he just.
I will say the washroom does have a full door. The beds have curtains.
He's so used to he's just gonna show some cheek, get in the tub, and then he's gonna go, oh shit, and pull the curtain real quick. He's gonna realize after ass hanging out, he's like, oh shit. He's gonna get in.
Would you say Neander has seen ass out at that point?
Probably.
He's casting. Neander's just gonna be oh, if I could tell me his knowledge. Oh. And Neander is now flustered as he goes and he just gets dressed and he goes to the armoire and just grabs some night trousers or whatnot.
Yeah, there's a variety of pajama type clothing. You also know that if you wanted to, you could get the servant to your room and give him your clothes to be laundered for the morning.
Definitely doing that. He's going to do that. And Neander would have had them already folded, even though they're dirty. He's going to have them folded, and he's going to. Yeah, when the attendant gets there, he's like, "Could you also? I'm so sorry. Could you make sure these are laundered as well and bring them to me in the morning?"
Absolutely, my lord. He kind of looks past you at some of Cal's clothes that are in the room as well, and he goes, "Shall I launder your companion's clothing as well?"
Yeah, Neander's gonna grab the clothes. He's like, he's gonna. There's gonna be a mischievous, twinkle in his eyes. He's like, why, of course. And he's gonna go and grab all Cal's clothes and he's gonna give them.
You don't know what you just did.
The attendant is going to make an
insight.
He knows.
No.
He you see the
this
attendant
is Neander's get back. You startled him. Yeah.
As you hand the attendant your clothes, he takes the armful of clothing and he just goes, and he will walk away.
For reference to Cal in the bath, it's very efficient. He does think a little bit about home, and then he starts thinking about Neander a little bit, and he's like, he knows exactly what he's doing. And then but he's efficient. He done bath, washes everything. He doesn't sit and lounge because he's used to the life where he's not allowed to do that. And he's gonna get up and he's gonna have put the towel around her waist and walk out. See his clothes aren't there. Be like, hey Neander.
Neander is at the writing desk right now. He's going to turn back and he's going to say, "Yes, Calvor.
My clothes are gone."
"Oh, yes. One of the attendants came and your clothes were filthy, so I gave them the clothes to be laundered. They'll be back in the morning."
Cal's going to smirk at you and he goes, "Oh, well, guess I'm sleeping naked tonight." And he's just going to drop the towel and get in bed.
Neander's just gonna. He's just gonna be like, oh, and he's just stuck watching Cal get into bed and just like, oh.
I had a thought and it's gone. I'm almost imagining Neander in like a silk kimono type robe, just like, oh hey.
He's got his tasteful décolletage out, and then Cal is just like, drop trout, get in bed. He's like, well, I ain't got no clothes to sleep in, so I'm just gonna. If he gets under the blanket and he just lays back, he's like, this is a good night, Neander. Thank you.
It is my pleasure, Calvor. Have a good night.
Oh, not yet. It's not. And he's gonna roll over and go to sleep.
Neander just smirks, and he's gonna is there a parchment,
yes,
and ink and whatnot? Neander's going to, and I'm happy to cut back to other people before I do this, but he's gonna write 2 letters.
Okay.
Okay. Well then, there's 2 letters. One's going to be in Common or Didaean, and the other one. I'll ask you, Jake. Would you say it's safe to say that Neander would have taught, or his family would know Elvish, given?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Okay. So he's going to write 2 letters. One to his nephew, the Duke Velaeus. And he's going to say, "My Lord Duke, by now you should have gotten my letter from Holyhead, updating you. I would like to tell you now that I am with some companions from Holyhead. We have been escorted to Kelnifalir. I am with Countess Hilda of House Balvern in their estate in Stoneside. Hope all is well." And he's going to sign it, Lord Neander of House Tyrion Valley, and he put the house motto, the waves aside. And he's going to wax seal, signet ring, seal it. Then he's going to write...
Was that the one in Common or in Elvish?
That's the one in Common. That's the one in Common. The one in Elvish is different. He's going to say, "My dear nephew, by now this letter should have gotten to you after my first letter to you. As I've said, came from Holyhead to Kelnifalir. I've learned a lot about myself. However, some of my companions, we are together, but we've heard there's something happening in Didaeus. I don't know much. I don't know what's going to happen, but you should be warned. Protect the family at all cost. Make alliances smartly. I'm not there to give you counsel, but know this. The waves aside everything, and there's a big wave coming for Didaeus. With love, your loving uncle, Neander." And that's in Elvish. And he's going to pull the cord, seal it the same. Going to have the attendant comes, and he's going to say, "This letter, the one in Common, needs to be sent out at first light." And he's going to hand the second one in Elvish with a gold piece, say, "This one, exactly 2 days post sending this one to be sent out."
"It shall be done, my lord."
"Thank you, and good night. Thank you for everything." And he's going to give him another gold piece, because Neander, like I said, Neander knows, the working class knows everything, and so it's good to be in good graces with the working class.
Good move.
And I will subtract those 2 gold pieces from my own. And he's going to, and then from there, since he doesn't really sleep, he's just going to be lusciously meditating on his bed as he snuffs out the lamps.
Cutting back to the other room. Real quick, sorry, let me just check something. Cool. All right. There we go. All right. Back in the other room, a little while later, you guys do hear the sound of a second bath being drawn. But Royale, when Agnew went to his room, which he has to himself, you see it's almost identical to Rain and Vela's room. Is there anything specific for him, or is he just, cleaning up a little bit for girl time?
Agnew just tidies up, folds places his clothes down. Only thing he really takes before glossing over the room is his compass. Just takes it out, puts it, and just keeps it tucked in his hand, and gives a glance at the room, leaves, and then proceeds to walk over and knock on his neighbor's door.
You guys hear a knock at your door.
Absolutely, yeah. Letting Agnew back in. I think after, some time has passed, Vela's like cleaned up in like night clothes. I think we took time to like get cleaned up from the road.
But the three of you have the room to yourself with snacks and wine.
So, Vela, you've been quiet recently. Is everything okay?
She's kind of like crisscross applesauce sitting on the bed. Yeah, everything's okay. Just a lot changed very quickly. Just trying to catch up a little bit. It's really different going from performing at a circus to this.
Yeah. So, did you grow up in the circus?
No. That's actually pretty recent. I am from a tavern in Riverhook.
You grew up in a tavern?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A baby in a bar. We love that. How was that?
Oh, it was great. It's kind of a hub for adventurers to go through. And so there's you hear so much. You get to hear all these tales about the feats that people have accomplished. Sometimes tall tales. But every night was really fun. My mother would tell a story at night to the crowd, and there would be some puppets and moving statuettes that would help narrate the story. It was very
really
nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wait, so then that sounds great. Why did you run off and join the circus?
My parents are part of an adventuring party, and they sort of they kind of got back into the adventuring when I was younger, and so I was kind of there on my own for a long time, and they just kind of, the people they would send to visit just kind of stopped coming. I would like to find the party that they are a part of.
So you joined the circus to try to find them so you could travel?
Yeah, it's paid for transportation.
That makes sense. Wait, what was your act?
They called me the Twilight Dancer. I was a tightrope walker and dancer.
Cool.
Thank you.
Wait, I don't have a tightrope. One day, I want to see this though. That would be really cool.
It might come in handy someday. I don't know. Maybe.
You know, I really hope not, but at the rate we're going.
I hope not. But yeah, if you ever hear from the Misfits, that's what they're called, the adventuring party. I'm sorry, I don't know why I fibbed a little at the beginning. My parents were not very present growing up. There are stories every night, and my mother does technically tell them, but she's not there. She can create statues that can move and perform, and so that's more what it was like. So I haven't really seen them, like, ever, but they're party members. I've seen a lot, but it seems like they're in trouble now. So I guess it's up to me.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
A ventriloquist dummy is not the same as parents.
Oh, well, one of them is really nice, and
okay, I believe you.
there's a detail I don't want to divulge right now.
I was about to say, I am knowing your full write-up.
Y'all were in that room right now, he would just give Vela a hug.
Yeah,
I think Neander would
Cal and Neander with their loving parents.
I have loving parents, I think.
The fact that you have to say
virtually. This is a Zoom relationship.
Yeah, I was about to say you have Zoom call parents.
You have Zoom parents.
And for clarity as well, Abigail, how old is Vela?
Oh, you know.
Checks backstory real fast.
Yeah, she's
Adventuring age.
she's
Proper adult age.
She's in her early 20s. I just don't remember how early. I think it's pretty early.
I think she's the only one younger than Cal in the party, I think.
She's like 20 or 21, 22.
Yeah, because he just turned 25, I think I have.
Yeah. I think she's 22. I think.
22 years of Zoom call parenting will do something to a person.
It could.
It's
fine.
You have like every detail about her on here except her age.
Her age, yeah. She's a young adult. Like, she's still at that point where it's like, yeah, you're an adult, but like,
not really.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really sorry, Val. Have I ever heard of the Misfits in my...
Give me an intelligence. I would say it is. They are.
I'll take it at disadvantage if I need.
No, I would. It's this is going to be culture instead of history, because they are still. They're not. This isn't like an ancient adventuring party.
Okay.
You know what?
She is 22, according to my character sheet.
A baby.
I'm at an 11. Probably not.
No, I'll do a roll too.
Yeah, intelligence, culture.
15.
15. Rain, you have not heard of them, but you did grow up on a river. But Agnew, you have heard of the name the Misfits. You recall hearing stories along some of the coastal cities of this adventuring group that had come through. You're not sure how much of the details are exaggerated or not, but from what it sounds like, a pretty successful and capable group of people.
Okay. Agnew takes a sip of his wine for dabbling in the cheese. You folks have gotten around before.
Oh yes, they're well known. The whole group, which is why them going missing is concerning. They couldn't really visit me, but the other party members could, and so the visits started to become a little more few and far between, a little more making sure I'm okay than just visiting for fun. And then it just stopped. So I would like to find them. Hopefully they don't need saving. That's way out of my league, but I would like to see what's going on, and I hope they're okay.
Well,
What? Go for it, Rayo.
possible lead that I can leave. I've only ever heard of the Misfits when I was at the coast. So, next time we're around the board, we can ask some questions. Anybody
Yes.
who's elusive doesn't try to stay elusive. I'm pretty confident we can find something there. Just need to pay the right person.
And I need to make an addendum because I remembered something somewhat relevant as I was reading through. Which is so wonderful, Royale, that you were the one who rolled this, who got this check. But like, as you're thinking back to it, one of the things you remember about this group, the Misfits, is that some years back, you remember hearing about this this lunar eclipse that happened, and you, through your own connections to the gods, you kind of heard rumblings that was not entirely a natural event, that there was a supernatural element that, through some of the people you know and some of the connections you have, the Misfits, you're not sure how, but tie into that network of people who perhaps knew something about that eclipse.
You know, Vela, do you recall an eclipse, or at least stories of one?
Yes.
Interesting. Let's keep that in mind. I might have some friends who can help with that. Considering the Misfits and I apparently share a connection. Didn't dawn on me till now.
With the goddess?
The very same.
That's why I worship her.
Well, nice to know. Well, it's a nice feeling to know that we're all here, sipping wine, having snacks. Honestly, that connection with the goddess, it's a little warming, so this day out, consider me family. Less ventriloquially, if you will.
I would like that. When you had mentioned a lunar eclipse, she had instinctively, her hand had gone towards the necklace she wears, which depicts a lunar eclipse on it. I would like that.
Let's sober up these stories. Rain, care to share?
What? I feel so bad. Like, my parents were great, and I chose to leave them. So I feel like an asshole for talking about it.
Didn't feel any type of way of talking about your own experience.
No, and I don't want to misconstrue things. I had a really whimsical and wonderful upbringing. It was very good.
I mean, my parents were like real, like flesh and blood, though, not ventriloquist dummies reading me stories. So
She's not a ventriloquist dummy.
that is 100% what Rain took from this.
Her name is Eleanor, and she's very sweet, and she's something my mom made for me.
I'm
Yep,
picturing
Venom.
100% just like creepy ventriloquist dummy, no face, wooden. But yeah, I mean, my parents were great. If we ever see them, Vela, I'm sure they'd give you like a home cooked meal and they'd read you stories. It was, I mean, we moved around a lot, but it was really fun. They like taught me to make toys and we got to visit all the different villages. We didn't really stay anywhere for very long, but they were really crafty. I don't know. I got kind of tired of moving around and I wanted to help people in a more concrete way. Like bringing kids toys is great, but I feel like healing people is better. So, I feel bad that I left them. They wanted me to take over the business and I just couldn't, you know? I don't know. I don't know if I made the right choice, especially now. This is crazy. I thought that I was just gonna go to a monastery and I was just gonna learn how to be a healer and I was just gonna work for like a town. And this is not really what I signed up for, but it's been good. I got to meet you guys. Right, enough about me, Roy.
Well, all I was going to say is, I, for one, am very happy you decided to join us, because I think we'd be in quite the pinch without you here.
Oh, you'd be fine. I'm just throwing some like basically you could just if you were richer you could just buy potions. Like that's basically the same thing.
But we're not. And you brought a dead man back to life, like right off the bat.
You did.
I don't feel like that was really me, but I can't promise I can do it again. But I guess maybe if I get stronger, I can. That's the goal, right? I've heard that clerics can do that.
Well,
What about you? What about
guess
you,
I'm the
Raya?
last one.
Yeah, what about you?
Bill.
Well, what would you like to hear?
Either parents or did you have any pets?
That's where I got the feather.
Well, I would like a pet. Be nice. No. I don't remember much about my parents, unfortunately. Too many hits in the head, I'd say. I know I had a sibling, whether they're around or not. I don't know. All I can tell you is my life in the military. And anything that happened after, which you already know. But those stories are nice, so we can start there. Made most of my coin around the pier. When they offered positions in their newly established military, I signed up, of course. Assigned a gunner. Worked my way up the ladder, if you will. During that time, there was a gentleman known as Agnew. Not me. His name was Herschel. Herschel Agnew. Captain of the vessel, which later became mine. Hence the name. Bit of a hand-me-down. We went on many adventures here and there, but didn't really happen until he became captain. And my soon-to-be betrothed, shipwright at the time, made our ship. fastest boat you ever saw. I miss her so much. Miss them both. We, set sail one evening just to give her a run. Agnew boasted loudly. Loud man, I'm the quiet one, ironically. And, assigned me quartermaster when we docked. Think he liked my charm and my honesty. Didn't let him stray away from our current task. Or any task, rather. Which is how he possibly butted heads with his uppers, which led to that very fateful night where I don't remember a thing. And here I am. But, yeah. He was a good friend. Here's to Agnew. Agnew just takes his wine glass, holds it up for a toast, and chugs it back.
To Agnew.
Well, shit. All right. I feel like Neander is rich. He can afford therapy, right? Do you think they give a discount for groups?
Well, I assume Neander can afford therapy because he's very well adjusted.
That's true. He seems so stable.
I'd rather the pet than therapy, if I'm being honest.
I really want a cat.
I would love a pet. I think those are also good for moods. Yeah?
I really
We
want
would have
a cat.
to protect it. I don't know that it would be safe. What about a magical one? Can
A magic
anybody
cat?
conjure? Maybe the wizard can conjure one. We should get a pet. That's what I'm
We
hearing.
don't have a wizard.
Oh, that's right. We should find a wizard who can make us a pet. An immortal pet.
Mm.
I know a wizard. We gotta find him first.
New side mission.
No, he's with them.
Oh.
He's one of them. If we just find the misfits, then we'll find Laban, who is an incredibly old elf who could definitely conjure a cat. I really want a cat.
Wait, so why is it that the other adventurers could visit you, but your parents couldn't?
Oh, that's a long... Is it long? It's long when other people tell us. That's fine.
I mean, we're supposed to stay up late, but I'm also really tired, so, like, I don't want to... I feel like we've had a lot of bonding. I don't want to, like, pressure you guys.
Well, there's one more story we can hear from. A particular skull, if he's in the mood.
Gil doesn't have hair. We can't braid Gil's hair, but we can talk to Gil.
I kind of forgot about Gil.
We can shine the gems.
Such a great pull. Yes.
I was like, wait a minute.
We gotta hear. We gotta hear
We
from
gotta
Gil.
hear. I will run over to the bag. Pull Gil
As
out.
you take Gil out of the bag,
Jake, you're
You
muted.
muted, brother.
You're muted.
Yeah, I
Gil
knew
is
that.
muted.
As you take Gil out of the bag, all three of you just hear, and her parents weren't there, but it's absolute. Oh, it gets you. It gets you. I don't have a heart, but if I did, it would get me right in it.
I'm so
You have a
confused.
heart, Gil. It's just virtual, like Bella's parents.
What? Now I feel like I have to tell the story to kind of defend them, but like they had good reason.
Gil does kind of show. He goes, I understand. I understand. I am a sucker for sweet stories. All three of you. Gods above. All three. Oh, I can only imagine what those other two are, what their lives have been like. Such tragedy and sweetness and beauty and love of family. And,
Probably a good thing Cal's not over there talking about his family right now because he'd depress everybody.
Yes, because the other two were so upbeat.
Fair.
Then comes the
Not
there.
fair.
Well, I was rich. I had a great life. That's what
Right? I'm like, right out of childhood.
Sorry, your brother had to go fight in the army to make money, Cal.
I mean, to be fair, that's why a lot of people join the army. Anyway, depressing. Gil, I will say, did you want to hear a story?
Yes.
Before we do, Gil,
Oh.
before we do, Agnew just runs over to the door to pull the rope to ask for one thing, or a couple of things.
Yeah, a moment goes by, and eventually he opens the door. Yes, another bottle of wine.
Yes, and could we get some wax or any type of polish?
Yes. Do you? We have some beeswax, or do you need boot polish, or
Beeswax will do. Anything to make the marrow shine.
Shall do. We'll be back in a moment. Oh,
One thing. Do you have a library here?
we do. Yes. A small
Could you
one.
bring us a book, ideally a romance book. Just for a night would be fine.
Any romance book?
So.
All right.
Pick one.
It'll take me a minute, but I'll be back.
No rush. Thank you.
Oh, and some hot chocolate, please.
Of course.
Bella's been toasting with the wine, but she doesn't drink. So she's like, wait, I would like a treat.
Just Rain and Agnew have killed a bottle?
Oh, yeah.
Let's be real. Are we surprised?
Gil says to you, Agnew, he says, Agnew, is that polish for me? You're too much.
Well, it's only fair. The rest of us are pampered.
Well, while we wait, I shall tell you all the story. It is an old tale. I don't know if it has remained in your histories or not, but it is an old favorite of mine. Because, let's face it, the best stories are stories about love, aren't they? I shall tell you the tale of Ethris and the 7 Thorns. Once upon a time, there was a young maiden, a princess, and her name was Ethris. And she was revered throughout the land for not only her beauty, but her cunning wit. For she was as sharp as the finest blade. She could run laps around anyone when it came to puzzles and riddles, and you would often and more than not find her outsmarting her tutors, or asking them questions that they did not want to be bothered with asking, but she would never give up until she had the answer. Now Ethris, she was betrothed to a prince, and this prince was dashing and beautiful in his own way, long, flowing blonde hair, the very picture of what a prince should be by any account. Unfortunately, though, his beauty caught the eye of the Queen of Winter, a cruel fey sorceress who lived in her castle beyond the forest. And one day, she caught sight of Ethris's betrothed, and she was struck by his beauty, and she said, I must have him. And so, under the cover of a snowstorm, she whisked the young man away to her icy fortress. But Ethris would not be dissuaded so easily from coming after her love, and so she ventured to the castle beyond the forest, and she demanded the return. But the Queen of Winter would not yield. But, though cruel she was, as is often the way of the Fae, she decided that there was perhaps a way that Ethris could ensure the return of her love. If Ethris could best each of her 7 jesters, called the 7 Thorns, in a series of increasingly unwinnable games, riddles, tasks, things of that sort, if Ethris could beat the 7 Thorns, then she would guarantee the safety of herself and her fiancé. Now, to any normal mortal, this would be an insurmountable task. But Ethris was no normal mortal. And, as so often happens with the Fae, the Queen of Winter vastly underestimated the ingenuity of you mortals. And one by one, Ethris outsmarted and outwitted the 7 Thorns. Until at last she stood before the Winter Queen, before her throne, bearing the masks of the 7 Thorns. And she said, "I have bested your jesters. Now give me back my fiancé." And oh, the Queen of Winter was enraged that a mortal could outsmart her. You'd think, as often as it happens, that the Fae would learn to be less surprised. But, even though she was angry, once given, a Fae shall not go back on their word. And she returned Ethris's fiancé to her, and the 2 of them left the frozen castle, and returned from the land beyond the forest. And, as so many do, they lived happily ever after.
Is this a true story, Gil?
Does it matter?
Guess not.
Truth be told, I don't know that I know if it is factual or not. Many stories over the years become blown out of proportion, exaggerated, lessened. But sometimes the value of a story is not how true it is, but how beautiful it is.
That is fair. And I think I'd like to add that the fact that you remembered and shared this story is true enough in its own. So thank you, Gil.
You're very welcome. It's my job to know things and to tell them. There is another knock at the door, and the servant is there with another bottle of wine, a book, as well as a few different containers of polishes. There's some beeswax. There's like almost like a wood polish, but he has a small tin can. And he said, and the servant says, "I wasn't sure about what you said about the marrow, so I this is the polish we use for the hooves of the horses. It's about as close as I think we could get to the literal of your meaning, but and he hands you guys the tray. Please do let me know if you need anything else."
Oh, this is wonderful. Thank you so much.
He closes the door and leaves.
What book is it?
God damn it.
That was a beautiful story. More.
We were all waiting for it.
DM.
Come on,
Lord.
Jester.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
Dance
Play us
for me.
Subway Surfers.
Wait, I have. Is it? I have a 50 Shades of Drow.
Rufus,
Oh,
in the
oh.
new quarters of fictional romance.
God of House Pilgrim versus the Realms.
This was you must defeat my 7 evil thorns before you can get.
It's actually
Miguel's like,
just a diminution of Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
That's 100%. I was like, is this Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah, that's Bex and I was just like, yep, sounds like it.
In the chat immediately, I was like, this sounds familiar.
No, I just like 7's my favorite number. You're gonna see it pop up a lot.
Nice.
The title of the book is When Hearts Converge.
Okay.
Nice.
I will place, once he's done with his polishing, I'll go, hey Gil, we got you a book. I know you said you liked romance. I'm not sure how this one is, but let me know.
I'm gonna roll to see if Gil has read this book. Amazingly enough, I don't think I know this one.
Oh, good.
Fantastic.
Anything for you, Gil.
Yes, you will drink your wine, I will drink my stories. As well as a pot of hot chocolate was brought as well. But as
wasted.
as the night goes on, Gil receives a polish. You guys continue to talk well into the wee hours, but eventually, as you guys begin drifting off, as so often happens at slumber parties, I imagine at some point, Agnew, you retire to your own room, and one by one, you guys fall to sleep and get a long rest in a haven, which also means those of you with any fatigue can remove 1 point of it.
It's finally all gone.
Let's
Yes.
go, baby.
And I think
wait, you guys fail your con saves.
and
I
I
didn't have
think
any, I don't think.
that is where we will take our break, as we will move into the next day in a moment. But come back and join us in 5 minutes, and we will see you guys and see how the morning fares for our party. And welcome back. So, you guys all get the benefits of a long rest, and hit points are recovered. 1 point of fatigue is removed. I don't know if any of you had more than 1 point of fatigue, so good for you. But Neander, you are the first to wake up, basically, simply because you don't sleep, and everybody else is still going to be sleeping for a little bit because you guys didn't go to bed until like 2 in the morning. But Neander, you are you emerge from your trance. Cal is still knocked out cold.
And he gets hot as he sleeps. He gets hot as he sleeps, so he probably threw the covers off of him at some point.
Jesus.
It's tastefully covering.
It's like Baldur's Gate 3 with the foliage that covers Halcyon at different angles.
looking like a Greek statue.
Yeah.
More like a Norse. He's a little thick in the midsection.
Dude, some of those Greek statues, man, that's goals.
Fair. But he's just snoozing.
I think Neander wakes up and he looks over at Cal. He's like, "Oh, wasn't a figment of my imagination." As he gets up and he goes to the armoire, and I think like it's still fairly early morning, right? So he goes and he picks out some clothes in the armoire. It's
point
not,
actually.
He's waiting.
A point. There is you know that your clothes would have been laundered by now and are likely are likely outside the door.
Oh, perfect.
Or
well,
do you think?
go...
Do you think a question for Spencer and Neander? Do you think is this the type of situation where like the staff would have just like cracked the door, came in, set the clothes real quick, and left? Do you think this is like that type of
I think
kind of
so.
Yeah. So as you emerge from your trance and you see your freshly laundered clothes have been returned to the room.
I think Neander would put his clothes on, fasten his cloak on, and he sees that Cal's clothes are on Cal's bed. He goes and moves them over to Neander's bed. And Neander's just like, that would be a nice little surprise, and he's going to I think Neander's just gonna like there's like he would know that there's probably like not a full library, but like a place with books and whatnot. I think Neander has his journal, and he's going to see what this family has as far as like any books on Eladrin, the Fae, the Dreaming, and he's gonna try to look up also family lineage and see like if any. I think Neander's still trying to figure out, okay, like if there's any other Eladrin in the Tyrian Valley that pops in there as well.
Yeah. As you so you're heading to the library.
Yeah.
It's a relatively small library. This is not like the main estate of the Balvern family. This is like their Kelnafilier estate when they have to like attend to matters of state at the capital of their region. But even a relatively small library at a satellite estate of one of the minor houses is still like the size of like the records room at Hollyhead that you were that you had gone through with Rain. Go ahead and give me a. Sorry, I was just looking at a Call of Cthulhu sheet the other day, so I don't think library use is a skill in a 5e.
Doesn't seem to be.
Give me just a second to pull up the skill list so I can give you an accurate skill choice. Let's call this. This is going to be an intelligence, history, or investigation. I'll let you choose which one.
Yeah, we're gonna do history because I'm proficient in that. So
Figured.
Intelligence, history. That's going to be a 14.
14. Looking back, you do find some records of the houses of Didaeus. You go back through the Tyrian Valley, and it is funny to see yourself mentioned a couple of times in what is ostensibly a history book. But even going back before your time, you don't see any like records or evidence that there's been like another Eladrin in the Tyrian Valley family.
Going through those records, did he see any other Eladrin in any other families?
On a 14, you do not.
And so he's just going to jot that down. He's like, well, at least they say my name a few times. And he's going to jot that down. Does he find, he's going to put that back, and he's going to, because I think it makes sense Neander only knows of one type of Eladrin and what he is. Do they have any books about Eladrin or any Fae here?
There are a few general books about the Fae and the Feywild, but as you are like shifting your research, there is a knock on the open entryway into the library. And standing there in the doorway, you see one Lord Theo Balvern, who you know is kind of a cousin of the Duchess, I think she is. Too many royal... Countess, thank you.
I think, yeah.
You see, he's a half elven man, looks to be in about his like mid to late 30s. But he's very finely dressed. And I think maybe at this point you notice that like it is later in the morning at this point. You woke up kind of at the time a person normally would. And he's standing there in his fresh clothes. He's kind of standing in the doorway, and he just says, Neander, it is a pleasure to see you. I was informed that you and your companions had arrived late last night. I'm sorry I was not awake to greet you.
And Neander would do a slight inclination of his head. Lord Theo, no, it's no worries. We didn't want to wake you, but also we came at such a late hour. It would be improper for us to wake the Lord of the house.
He kind of gives it a shallow bow, acknowledging that you have fulfilled the other half of that formality. And he goes, well, I must apologize. I understand you did send a letter, but my aunt, the Countess, is at our home estate at the moment. I don't think she is due to be in Kelnafalir for another, at least not another month or so. But you are still, regardless, we were aware of your eventual arrival, and you are, of course, welcome, as always, with our family. How long has it been? He kind of steps in and kind of gets a little more casual. How long has it been since you've been to Kelnafalir? I feel like I've not seen you in some time. I know.
And I think Neander would drop the air of a formality and say, well, Theo, I think it's... I don't know, I mean... I would say probably about 20 years, I think,
Back when I was...
Well, it's been quite some time, Theo. I remember when you were just a little wee lad, and now here we are, calling you Lord.
And you are the same as you always are.
Yeah. The secret is to port hearts and sea moss. Great for the skin.
Oh, I'm certain that's what it is. He looks at some of the books that you've been reading through. And he goes, doing some research.
Just a little bit, my trip. My nephew, do great. Relius, he knows I've gone away to just on a journey of self-fulfillment, if you will. As you know, my nickname is the Fae of Tyrion Valley, but what does that really mean? And so I've just been doing a little bit of doing a history lesson, if you will.
Well, I hope that it has been enlightening as well, and I hope that the rest of your journey is as well. And I would like you to give me a wisdom insight check.
Wisdom insight. Proficiency on that. Yes. Sorry, that's a 6 total. Oh, I rolled a 3 on the die.
Okay.
Great.
As you are, you kind of turn your attention back to the books, and there's like almost an awkward moment of silence. And Theo, after like a good chunk of time, like clears his throat and he goes, Neander, oof. So, we had received your letter, and we were aware that you would eventually be making your way here to stay with us. We were not aware that you'd be coming with company, and I do not say this to put any doubt upon you or your choice of traveling companions. This is not any kind of judgment or accusation. I worry that for strangers staying here may not be entirely well received by the Countess. And in the spirit of honesty between the two of us, hospitality is of course granted to you and your companions. I do not know that I am able to extend your stay here past tonight.
I think at that, Neander would he would stop and he would say, Theo, question for you. And I understand the rights of decorum, and we came in I understand you guys have extended this arm of friendship to us, but question for you.
Please.
I've known you. I've been around for quite some time. Our families are fairly familiar with each other. Quite frankly, I knew the Countess's mother before. I knew since she was a girl. Has my name, the Fae of Tyrion Valley, Lord Neander Tyrion Valley, has my name ever given anyone in your family doubts about my choice of character?
None whatsoever.
So then I ask you to trust me, and that the people I bring with me are of that same quality and character as well.
I do trust you and your choice. I've spoken. Give me just a second. I spoke with Sir Cormoray and the staff of last night who received you, who spoke with you, and I have no doubt that these are trustworthy people. I know that you are an insightful person, and your reputation, not only as a member of your house, but you as a man, as a person, is known. However, I am bound by the preferences of my house. And while of course hospitality has been granted to you, I hope you understand. And he's been very placative throughout this exchange. He stands up a little straighter for this next part and he goes, you sent word that you would be arriving at some point and that you would stay with us for some time. And that hospitality is extended. We did not receive word that you'd be bringing these 4 strangers with you. And I hope you understand that can seem an imposition upon your host.
I think this Neander would match it as well, and he would say, and Neander would say, Lord Theo, I did send word weeks ago. Are you aware of what's been happening on the mountain pass and in the villages in between? Surely you would know I would have to pass through said villages and in between, correct?
I am aware that the mountain pass is as dangerous as it ever was. Unfortunately, my awareness does not quite extend beyond the mountain ranges and the borders of our region.
Point exactly. And so if I had to pass through those and said, and if, as I told Sir Cormoray last night, that I was approached by vagabonds, that's why I didn't have many of my belongings, but some of my companions who graciously came in and joined me and protected me, if you will. You would see why I couldn't, when my life was in danger, I couldn't ride ahead and change my plans. I understand our arrivals put your family in a sense of inconvenience. My only ask is this. If you could extend it by one more night, we will find, and give me a day to find other suitable accommodations. That would be most gracious. That is my ask.
Spencer, you have put forth exactly what he was looking for, so there is no roll required for this. And you see him relax a little bit when you say, one more night. He goes, I believe that is very much amenable. And of course, you and your traveling companions are welcome here for another night. And all of the hospitality of House Balvern is at your disposal. I am sorry that the journey has not been as smooth as it perhaps could have been.
It's fine. I think I need a little roughness in my life anyway. It's been a little too smooth these past 250 years.
Well, all power to you. I will take my smoothness.
And Neander's gonna grasp his arm like his form like this and says, next time I'm in Port Hartson, let me know. I haven't seen you in 20 years. I can finally treat you to a proper drink.
Hopefully it's not another 20 before I make it out to the coast. I could use some fresh sea air.
You're looking a little pale. Yes.
I don't get a lot of sun these days, unfortunately.
Well, I'll go see about my companions. We had a dancing lesson last night, actually, so it was fun.
Yes, I'm sure you know of quite a bit of dancing.
I think Neander would put the back and he would give him a slight nod as he walks out back to the room.
You can let your companions know there's a full breakfast waiting for them in the dining hall.
And Neander chuckles. I know there's one who would definitely eat his fill, and as he chuckles, and he just thinks of Cal.
At this point, I think you guys as Neander has gone through his period of research, you guys begin to wake up. Now, you guys are in a stone house carved into the side of a mountain. There's no windows in the rooms you are in. But as you begin to rouse from sleep, you hear the sounds of the house around you. As unlike last night, there's much more kind of ambient noise of people walking around. Some more of like the plumbing kind of creaking and rumbling throughout the house. But Neander, do you are you fetching your companions or?
Oh yeah. So I guess I think Neander would go to. He would just knock on Agnew's door and just say, Agnew, this is your wake up call. And he's just gonna knock and do that. And then he's gonna go to to the girls' room, and I think I don't know if he would see like the empty carafes of wine.
It would
outside the.
They would not have been left there.
Okay, cool. I'm like, okay, so Neander's gonna knock. He's like, in his mind, he's like, oh, Vela, not full name, Vela and Rain. They're very responsible. They're probably awake right now. He just knocks.
No.
He's gonna knock again.
He's down. Oh, they don't want
Vela, Rain, breakfast is served. Knock again. He's now getting concerned. Like, what did they do?
So I rolled for my own con save to see how the alcohol affected me, and rolled a nat 20. So I'm actually doing just fine.
Chipper.
Bella's just a sleepy gal.
I'll get up and open the door. Good morning, Neander. How was your night?
My night was well, actually. Cal was surprisingly well versed in the Daean waltz.
That's what we're calling it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we just had a dancing lesson. What do you think we did?
Sure. Dancing lesson.
Right. Does he get a whiff of wine? Does he just of Rain?
I would say, considering that Rain has woken up not hungover in the slightest,
Okay.
I would say you don't quite you don't pick up on it.
Okay. But Neander's just gonna say, yes, dancing lessons, very insightful and enlightening, and he's gonna say, breakfast is served.
Yeah.
Breakfast is served, Rain. We will have words later. As he goes to, and he's going to go to the room and try to get Cal up.
So Cal's already awake.
Will he now?
And he's put his pants on, but he's doing his little morning workout. He's just doing some push-ups right there next to Neander's bed.
Yeah, Neander walks in. Chalvor. Oh, good, you're awake. Well, and he just stops and he just, like, I imagine Cal's like sweaty, like stands up, and Neander's just like, dinner, food.
Use your words. Food where?
And Neander's gonna, Chalvor, food is ready in the hall. We will be waiting outside. If you, and put a shirt on, Cal. We are in a proper estate. And he just walks out. His cheeks go red as he walks out. And he just waits for Cal outside the room. Waiting for everyone outside the room in the hallway.
Cal will throw his shirt on, button up his little vest, and he'll walk out. And he'll just stand there next to Neander and smile at him.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning, by the way.
Good morning to you, Calvor. Did you sleep well?
Oh, like a baby. I haven't slept on a bed that soft in ever.
Well, I'm sure you'll have plenty more nights of dance lessons in the future.
I hope so. He's gonna give a gentle pat on the back, which normally he does the big paw, but he just gives a gentle little pat on the back and like kind of slides his hand like across your back once and then pulls his hand back.
Yeah, and Neander is just gonna like do his shoulder, and he's gonna take a step away, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, let's wait for our companions before we go eat breakfast."
Yeah. Does Rain rouse Vela?
At least she'll attempt to.
I think Vela had, because there was like talking, and she had been like kind of like grumpily and groggily waking up, and then heard about the dance, or the waltz, and was like, kind of peeking around like, what? What are we talking about?
What's the tea?
Yeah, it's like just waking up being like, what is happening? What am I waking up to? Quick question for the DM. You said there were mirrors in these rooms?
Yes, there are.
Okay.
There are curtains that can be pulled over the mirrors.
That has been done at some point during the night. All of the mirrors are covered.
Can I please roll to notice this?
Sure. We'll call this wisdom perception.
Okay. I was like, I feel like this would be a little sus. Oh, that's a nat 20, baby. So that's a 20 plus 4 plus... where's perception? Why am I blind? So 24.
Yeah, I don't think you noticed last night as it happened, but as you know, maybe you like light the lamps in the room, you realize that the mirrors were not covered the night before, but the curtains have been, Phantom of the Opera style. The curtains have been drawn over the mirrors.
Hey, Vela.
Yeah.
So, do you not like seeing yourself? Or is this, I've heard of like some witches who are like afraid of things coming through mirrors. What is this?
I don't like them.
Just as a concept? Or your reflection?
It's part of that longer part of the story.
Okay, Oh, I'm very curious, but I don't want to I don't want to bother you. I would like to know the story eventually. Are we in danger? Do we need to like cover all reflective surfaces? Is like stuff going to come through them?
Mainly mirrors. I wouldn't have them present when I'm around.
This might have been really great information, like from the start.
I didn't really, I didn't really think we would come across so many of them. But then, yeah, like right off the bat at the bar, there was like a giant mirror when we all first met.
Was it any reflective surfaces or just mirrors?
I think mirrors. I think it's mirrors, like the concept of them over reflections.
Can you not see yourself?
No, I can see myself.
What happens if you like go stand in front of a mirror right now?
I don't want to do that.
Okay. I really want to ask why, but I sense that you're not going to tell me.
I mean, if you really want to know, I can. It's just long, and so I feel like I have to tell everyone.
Tell all of us. Yeah, that seems like a good breakfast topic. We
Breakfast
love a breakfast topic.
For this? Okay. She just kind of like, I think like the part of her nightgown, she just like puts her face like into, and almost like a childlike way of like hiding in the clothing. Of just like, oh, okay.
I think from there we smash cut to the five of you seated in the dining hall. It's a pretty big table. You could imagine large gatherings, fancy gatherings taking place. So the five of you are like at one end of it. But there is a selection of tea, coffee, a few fruit juices, fruit in general, as well as it's not eggs, it's omelets. And it's like fancy upscale breakfast type stuff. So it's not just like eggs, bacon, and toast. It's like an omelet, crepes, and some fancier foods.
Do we have
Are these tiny pancakes? Are these tiny pancakes? I've never seen such little pancakes.
Let's just go with that, Calvor. Yes. Tiny
Hell yeah.
pancakes.
What was that? What was that, Royale?
No, I was just gonna ask about the cutlery. If we had like grape scissors for the grapes.
In a house like this, probably, yeah.
What the hell are grape scissors?
I don't know what grape scissors are either.
The grape from the
From the
bunch.
vine. Yeah.
That's what fingers are for.
No. You need.
Am I
the
just
scissors.
not in this tax bracket? Is this a real thing?
It's a real thing.
The real
When
thing.
your friends are in a... Bex and I are
sharpen
like
them.
when your friends are in different tax brackets.
You know that fancy guy on TikTok who's like, scoop the soup away from the
Yep.
bowl, or it's rude. I'm sure he's got a thing.
He did
on
a he did a drag show.
Really?
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. He's very funny.
Never in my life have I heard of a grape knife. That's
I mean,
crazy.
they're really cool looking. They're just delicate. They're not. You can't like. You probably cut paper with them, but you're not supposed to. But yeah, it's just shears.
It's a little delicate pair of scissors with some like
This is
filigree and
rich
things.
person behavior.
This is very much rich person behavior.
Well, you're in a rich person's
Oh.
house.
He's
Cal's
like a
just
mini
pulling-
scythe.
Cal's just pulling grapes off and just...
And Neander is like really sitting next to Cal using the grape scissors. Just one.
This couple is such an odd couple. It's hilarious. Cal digs
I think
in
Neander would
the
ask.
omelet.
Neander would ask, "Can I get? Do you have egg whites? Can I get an omelet made of egg whites, please?"
Absolutely, sir.
Cal's just
Too
like,
concerned about his cholesterol.
This guy.
It's a real
he's
concern.
just going in, and then Cal just look up. Well, how'd you all sleep?
Neander's looking at Rain the entire time. Yes, Rain. How did you all sleep? Given our conversation
Rain.
that
Also,
morning.
Rain and Vela braided hair.
Yeah, we both have braids, and Abnu has braids.
And
Yes.
Agnew has braids.
All three of your hair looks real pretty.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Slumber party.
Just
We
looking
have
right at
great
Rain.
night.
I think it's kind of what
How
Neander
about
and I
how
did.
about you, Cal? I heard that you had some dance
Oh
lessons.
yeah, we had a dance lesson. I slept real great though. It got a little cold though because when you sleep naked, it gets cold pretty easily.
It chokes on his omelet.
Yeah.
I'll just
nice.
keep eating.
This is absolutely confirming what Rain thought.
He's like, oh, and Neander's a great dancer. He's a good teacher. But it was a good time.
We slept in
bet.
separate beds. Separate beds. If you.
Oh yeah, we did sleep in separate beds. So like, wait, did y'all think we didn't? Y'all thought we? Oh. No, I slept naked. I slept naked because Neander stole my clothes.
I did not steal his clothes. They were dirty, and he was in the bath, and so I gave them to the attendant to wash and fold them, as one does, as he just goes back to eating his omelet.
We literally just danced.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I believe that.
Cal is a great student. He suffered me to lead the dance.
Well, I got to teach you how we dance back home too. Gonna get flipped around, bud.
Oh, we'll see about that. I do
Just making
enjoy good
direct
flip.
eye contact with Neander, going like, yeah, I bet
Cal-
that's really
Cal-
interesting that you can
Cal
both
fully
switch like
means-
that.
Cal fully means like flip dancing and everything. He does not realize, like, because he's not thinking about it, what he sounds like he's saying. But he's just like,
I fully imagine Bella's face as Abby's face right now.
Yeah, I'm acting right now. Yeah.
Aggie
No,
just
very- very
Aggie just
versatile.
sheepishly smiles. Like a shooting star, you have gone the distance.
Neander just says, "May I get 2 espresso shots, please? Put them all in 1 cup. That's all."
do they have lattes here?
Neander's, yes. Do you want a latte?
Hell yeah. Or hells. I don't know how many hells this world has. I forgot.
Neander, I think at that Neander's like cookies. And he just thinks of cookies as well.
All right. The 2 types of cookies, and that's all.
No, no, no.
We need cookies. I know this is early, but could you bring out an assortment of cookies, please? This one, as he grabs Cal's shoulder and gives a slight squeeze, like a soft squeeze, has never had more than 2 types of cookies.
Of course, sir. I shall bring out a variety of cookies for our guests. This guy shuffles off. This is a different guy.
That's my new favorite NPC.
This is a different guy than the guy from the night before. This is one of the kitchen staff. As you guys are waiting,
he needs to get a raise. Get promoted. Okay, we need him to get promoted.
He's already head of the dining hall. He's quite content. As you guys are waiting, the rest of you see Lord Theo Balvern walk in.
Wait, you see what? Your mic cut out.
Oh.
I didn't hear what you said.
You see... you guys see Lord Theo Balvern, who is he's a half-elf, late 30s, medium, he's medium build, dark tan skin, kind of a mop of curly brown hair. He's got like a well-trimmed little soul patch type thing going on. But he walks into the room, very fine clothes, and he goes, it is, I wish you all a very good morning. I am Lord Theo Balvern. It is a pleasure to meet all of you. I spoke with Lord Neander this morning, and I apologize for not being awake to give you all a proper welcome last night, but welcome on behalf of my family to our estate and home.
I will absolutely
Question.
try to stand up and curtsy.
You curtsy and
Question.
he bows.
Quick question. Can I do a perception check just to check his face and body mannerisms to make sure we're safe in this room?
Yeah, I think this will be more of an insight check.
I can do that.
Yeah, wisdom insight.
Okay. I don't know why I'm paranoid. I just am. Doesn't matter because it's a 4. All right.
I mean, you've never met this guy before. You're not really sure what out of the ordinary looks like for this guy. But he looks at you all, and I think Neander, you can tell he's waiting for you guys to introduce yourselves.
I'm Calivore. Nice to meet you.
Yes, Theo, this is the company, my companion, as you can see, that I came in with, but this is my bodyguard, Calivore. This is my companion and fellow follower of Katomi, Rain. And this is the wonderful dancer, Vela. And this is our companion, Agnew. He has a great voice.
I've no doubt. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. As I spoke with Neander this morning, the hospitality of House Balvern is extended to you. As a matter of fact, I would be honored if the 5 of you would accompany me as my guests to the opera tonight.
Before anyone can say no, it's gonna be we would be happy to accompany you, Theo. And he would bow but Theo, as we spoke this morning, most of my wares were taken from me. The question of attire, if you will.
Yes, well, I'm sure I do not know if you and your companions have been traveling particularly light upon the road, but if you do require additional clothing appropriate for the opera, there are a number of, as I'm trying frantically to get to the page, there are a number of clothiers in the district that can more than suitably outfit you all. I would, my personal recommendation is the Sable Stitch. They handle much of our tailoring, and I'm quite certain they will be able to take care of you all at such short notice.
Above table question, Jake.
Yeah.
Is there like a bank system in Didaeus?
Is there a what?
Like a bank?
Okay.
I'm just asking. I'm asking,
Yeah.
like, if in a sense of like, if we're going, because like, if we're going and we go to the opera, there's a certain level of attire that I would imagine is going to be more expensive than our current funds in our inventory. And so I don't know if like Neander could line a credit for his family,
option?
or like, you know, maybe we can do a line of credit from the Tyrian Valley and just boom, write it off. Like, I don't know what that means. Like,
Neander's like, my dad will pay for it.
So
well, my dad's dead. So.
Now, so
my
while
nephew will pay for it.
while there are banking systems, purely, I'll be honest, purely from like a mechanics point, I don't know that Neander perhaps has access to a Tyrian Valley credit. Mechanically, because you can't really have access to what would kind of be unlimited money. And then also, I think perhaps House Tyrian Valley, a wealthy house, you know, not poor by any means, but I think perhaps maybe not the level of wealth that the members of House Tyrian Valley are able to open lines of credit throughout the country.
Cool. No, that's fair. I was just, I'm just gonna ask because we're going to the offer. We in our current attire.
Thank you, I was only thinking about colors and outfits. I didn't really think about money.
So, Neander, you know that typically a set of tailored fine clothes are going to run you about 15 gold.
Oh, sorry. I was like above table. I'm like, oh, that's fine, but maybe let me go that. Neander would say, very well. And Neander would say, well, yes. What time should we be back at the estate to accompany you to the opera?
Our carriage will depart for the opera at 8 of the clock. So, as long as you are ready and dressed by then, we shall be good to go to have a wonderful time.
And ready we shall be.
Fantastic.
Just bows.
He bows back and says, I must attend to matters of our family, so I will bid you all a good day, and I will see you all tonight.
You to go to an opera?
That sounds delightful. As he shoves more omelet in his mouth.
Agnew sleuths over to Neander. I don't think he likes us very much.
And I think at that point, Neander would say, well, I spoke with him this morning. Given that my letter only requested housing for me, it didn't account for you all. So he graciously extended our accommodations for one more night. But we may need to spend the day finding other accommodations. But it's not a matter of he does not like us. He's just, his hands are tied, given that he is the nephew of the Countess and she's not here. His hands are tied. He can't make decisions on behalf of the head of the house.
Understand.
But we do get to go, and Neander's eyes spark shopping. Neander's really excited about this. But then he would just say, we do have other matters to attend to, though, as well. And I think that he'll just leave that to open interpretation to the table.
Rain and I gotta go to church.
Well, all right.
That's right, we do. How are you feeling about that, Cal?
I guess a little better about the prospect that I came back. I stood up because God told me to. A little nerve-wracking still, but you know, it's got to get done, right? I got to figure out what's going on.
Are you nervous about going to a church or potentially talking to a god?
A little column A, a little column B, mostly column B.
Okay, well, I can help with column A. B you'll have to do on your own, but it'll be okay. You've got it. Clearly they like you if they brought you back.
Or they need me to do something.
Well, sure too, but at least then you're useful to them, which means they'll be nice. For now. I don't know.
Soldier.
I don't know how gods work yet, but
Cal's
I
gonna
think you're
Cal-
okay.
Cal's just gonna look at soldiers are useful to rulers, and they're not very kind to them.
Oh, well, in my experience so far, gods have been pretty okay. I don't know how this one's gonna be, but mine has been good.
Probably worried about nothing. Yeah, you're right. Who else has stuff to do?
I'll be right there with you.
Well, if those two are stepping away, guess the three of us can go shopping. I'm due for a new tailor.
I trust Neander to get me clothes that work.
Neander's not even looking your way, and he's just staring at he stares at Rain, and he's just gonna use arcane empathy to say, "Be cool." Be cool.
Know his measurements, do you?
Be cool. Above table question: who has that sword that we found in the tower ruins? The hilt of the captain. Did anybody grab that? Did I take it?
I believe someone grabbed it, so if it is not written in your inventory, I'll let it slide this one time.
Wait, hold on. I have a lockbox and a sword hilt.
That's it.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
And I have it.
Yeah. Nanders will say, Rain, we may need to, I don't know, either sell that for a good price to pay for our clothing, if you want to do that on your way to the temple, or since we are going shopping, would Neander know a good merchant here that would give him a good price for this?
Give me an intelligence culture check.
Oh, great. Let me scroll up on my sheet. Intelligence culture. Okay, I'm proficient in that. Okay, that's not bad. That's going to be a 15.
Just a second. There we go. A 15. A lot of the... Sorry, I just got really lightheaded all of a sudden. I'm okay.
I was like, are you good?
You know that a lot of the merchants in Stoneside are a lot more specialized. They tend to be much more geared towards the wealth of the people here. So sorry, I'm trying to change settings. I think the last of the caffeine is hitting my blood. There we go. Let me just... Oh, no, too much. There we go.
When you phrase it like that, it sounds problematic.
Well, you know of an antiques collector.
Yeah.
It's a shop called Ivory's. Ivory's.
Yeah.
Unless any of you have an ability that allows you to appraise things, you really don't have a way of knowing if this sword hilt is going to be worth much to a collector. You do.
Yeah, I have something from my chosen background. Quick valuation can ascertain an object's value.
What the
From my militant background, I think, for some reason.
Oh, let me
Why does the farm boy have this?
Because I was a soldier. It's literally. I was confused about it at first too, but it's there. It's under my background.
No, I believe you.
The background. What is it? Militant. It's either from culture, militant, or background guard. One of the two. I'm gonna guess from my culture.
Probably. I'm just.
It's from one of them.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that, and I was like, "Huh, that's weird." It's funny. The farm was just like, "Oh yeah, that's like 500 gold."
You just got hotter in the Andrew's eyes right there.
If possible.
Do you want me to roll a check or anything, or do I just know? Let me see if I. This is backgrounds.
Yeah, because I think where I was going with that question is, would Neander know if there's a good antique shop in this district? And if the answer was yes, he would just assume that, okay, like, hey, since this is a hilt from an ancient debris family crest, it could be valuable.
So, Cole, looking at the militant culture, quick valuation. You can readily determine the value of any object by examining it for 1 minute. The tie-in, so something for you to think about. The tie-in is with the militant culture. Technically, this is from the Void Runners Codex, which is A5E's like sci-fi supplement.
Okay.
Don't worry, don't worry. Militant cultures are steeped in traditions which value glory and honor and proudly display both whenever possible. Valiant struggles. I think the idea is that in the context of the book, in this culture, is that it's almost like spoils of war type thing. The idea that you come from a culture that is, based or, is militant. And so conquering, war, battle.
I just picked it like when I was doing my backstory, because I was like, I was a guard, my brother was a soldier, and I saw a militant.
So yeah, I mean, honestly, because, if in reading it you feel like that might not be the best fit, we can definitely go over that. But yeah, the idea is that guard in your backstory, culture being the area you were raised in. So I'm more than happy to say, like, hey, Hollyhead might come from a tradition being a mountainous village of having to defend itself and having to fight to establish itself as this culture in the mountains there. So, there could be something with the history of Hollyhead that we might be able to work out as far as how that developed. And maybe there's still this tradition of, hey, you should be able to, make a quick assumption about things, because if you either take it from an enemy or something might be taken from you, it is important to know the value of what you have. So,
makes sense.
All of that, you can tell I'm caffeinated right now. I'm looking right down the barrel. That being said, you know that, based on what your mother and father and some of the other people in the village taught you, you could probably guesstimate a value for this thing if you spent some time with it.
Hey, Neander, let me see that thing.
And he goes to Rain, gets it from Rain, passes it to you.
Just gonna look at it, just kind of turn it over, examine it for a solid minute.
Yes, you do. So in looking at this, so this is a very old, very worn out and tarnished sword hilt. The blade has long since broken. Whatever wood and leather wrapped the handle is gone, so it's pretty much just pommel, tang, crossguard, and a little bit of blade. And all of those are very heavily weathered and damaged. You imagine that because the tower was sealed up pretty well, that kept a lot of age, because this is a hundreds of year old item. My mouth just got real watery. Sorry, guys. Bear with me for a second while my body adjusts. You don't... Usually I'm talking more in the sessions. You guys talked. I didn't talk much the whole first half, so this is all just hitting me like a truck right now. It's also been a long week. You don't think that this sword hilt is worth probably much more than 20 to 30 gold. However, You don't think this thing's true value is in the gold you could get for it, because it has that ancient debris ancestor, like historical crest on it. You think this has much more cultural value than monetary value.
So, as he's looking at Cal, go, well, money-wise, it's probably not worth much. You see the wood and the leather have rotted away. It doesn't really have much of a blade. It's all worn down to bits. Like, the tang's even falling apart, man. However, it's got that crest on it. So I think it might be of way more value to somebody who values that kind of culture. Like, not necessarily monetarily, but I don't think we should just find a place to sell it or anything, because we're not going to get much for it. But if we find the right person who might be interested in this kind of thing, who knows? And he'll hand it back to, hand it to Rain, because Rain had it first.
Yeah.
He'll hand it back to Rain. It's like, but if we had to sell it, we can maybe get 20, 30 gold for it.
Then Neander would say, well, and because I think he's the one who clocked that it was an ancient debris crest. He was like, we may be able to leverage that somehow with the richest family in the realm. And so, so it looks like we're going shopping.
Well, you three are going shopping.
Yeah.
Or you could all stay together and run errands together.
I mean, I think
Yeah,
Cal
we
will be
can-
okay. We can do that too.
I think
split the party.
I will say, because this is the kind of GM I am. I think Neander, you know that if you go to a tailor and you say, "Hey, I need like 5 good outfits for tonight," also 2 of the people are not here. It gets a little shaky.
Yeah. Yeah. So Neander said, well, Cal, I know you have to go to the temple. Should we go there first? Then get. What time is it, Jake? It's early morning, right? Like what, 8, 9 o'clock?
I would
morning?
say closer to 10, probably.
Okay, all right. So yeah, they say, well, should we go to the temple, and then
Cal's gonna sit for a minute, think. His eyes gonna get wide for a second. He goes, you know what? Might as well deal with it now. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
we
do
should
that
go.
first.
We should go now.
That was
I
weirdly
have not
eager.
forgotten, Vela.
That was weirdly eager, Bella. I didn't know you cared so much.
I always care.
Rain is just like the full gossip now. She's just like clocking everyone.
everyone's tea
Yeah.
right now.
So,
Yeah,
as-
number party.
I was just gonna say, as we get up, Neander would go to like Agnew, and he would just say, "Remember a few nights ago we have an understanding. I wanted to let you know that I sent a letter to my nephew, not saying anything about you, just for him to be watchful, for things could be in motion that we may not understand. But I wanted to be honest and transparent that I did let my nephew know to protect the family."
right.
Rory, I don't know if you know you're muted. I was like, I didn't want to mess with anything, but
It was
like,
so hard to tell for us if he was just God or if he was muted, because it's just.
No, I hit mute on my my thing. Yeah, Agnew just looks Neander up and down, just kind of says, "How old's your nephew?"
he's my great nephew. Yes, it's my sister's son. It's my great nephew. But
This is only going to bring more questions, but yes, thank you for the heads up. Yeah, I too will keep a vigilant eye out.
Neander would just nod, and he would just like follow the party out, I think.
All right. So you all are heading to the Temple of the Daybreaker. My question for you guys is, how are you going about finding the Temple of the Daybreaker? I will say,
Because I did say it's been 20 years since I've been here.
So,
Why did I say 20?
you guys, I think it'd be prudent. You guys, it's now daytime. You all exit the Balvern estate, and Kelnifalir is like sloped out before you guys. You see it stretches up higher up the mountain, but you have a beautiful view of the waterfalls and waterways that kind of carve their way down, and you can kind of see the wall and gate that separate Stoneside from Lakeside, and then Lakeside stretching out over Rook Lake, which is, we're talking like the Great Lakes. This is almost a sea, as you see like boats and ships out on this lake. But an interesting waypoint of the city that even Neander, you remember as well, there is towards the top of the city a massive what's the steeple? A massive steeple kind of jutting out of the sloping skyline, with the symbol of the Tetriatic Church in it, which is also the clock tower. As you guys step out and you hear the 10 rings of the bell for the 10th hour of the day.
Follow the
Would we
sound.
assume that that's where the temple is, or no?
It is certainly
Or that-
it's certainly some kind of cathedral.
Right. Awesome. Thanks for that.
I don't know what you're gonna assume. I'm not you.
It's a 1/4 chance that it's the temple we're looking for.
Technically,
I mean, it's the
technically it's 1 in 5.
well. Then could we? I don't know. Could we roll a check to see if Neander, since he's been here?
If anybody
I don't
would
know.
like to roll a intelligence, culture, or religion check, you may.
Yes.
That's not.
I
for
don't
me.
know if I would know.
It's up to you.
I don't know. If
Is
I
this,
I'm only
is, this
going
a,
because-
is this a city that's on a river?
Yeah, there are rivers that go in
Okay,
and out
then I'll
of
roll for it.
of Rook
Oh.
Lake. However, the hydrology of that works.
Neander, it's been a long 20 years. That wasn't that one.
Oh, buddy.
Me
That
too.
wasn't that one.
Me too.
Cal's theoretically been here. Well, he's been here before, so his
Okay.
parents are devout, so maybe they went to church while they were here.
I might know. I was an 18.
That was also a natural one.
Is that a 0 for you?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Once.
All right, well, I might know. I'm an 18.
I am.
It's separated.
Well,
We got-
Overpower it.
The three of us went somewhere else. I don't know where we went.
Y'all are all very distracted
Well,
by the
I feel
night's
like-
events.
I feel like Rain would have kept tabs on at least Cal because she's like, no, you have to go.
Neander and
Grab
Vela
by
are
the
just so excited
ear.
about shopping. We're just so
We
excited
should
about
just
the
go
shopping.
shopping.
That's what-
Royale.
Let's go shopping.
Royale, did you roll?
I did not. I did.
Okay.
I can. I can. I can roll.
It's
for
up to
it.
it's up to you. It's up to you.
All right, let's
Get
do
4
cult-
nat ones on a party of 5.
Let's go.
4 nat ones. 4 nat ones.
Unbelievable.
For once, Bex isn't one of them.
Crazy, honestly.
Let's roll for culture. I could do culture.
Okay.
It's a Katomi miracle.
It's not quite a 1, but we landed a 5. Puts me at 7.
Okay. Okay.
Everyone scattered, leaving Rain and Cal alone.
Well, I mean, I do have a reason as to why Vela may have rolled a nat 1. Don't worry, it's not that.
There's mirrors in the temple. Right.
The streets are so
Um,
clean they reflect their reflective surface.
Careful, that window's very clean. It looks like a mirror.
Well, as you guys, another thing that I made a note of to myself and completely forgot, guys, it is mere days away from the Dance of Twilight, as the crisp autumn mountain air as you see people beginning to be bundled up in coats and gloves and scarves, except you're in Stoneside, so it's a lot of furs and minks. And but hanging from lantern posts are streamers and banners of blacks and oranges and dark blues, the colors of the Lady of Twilight. And you guys realize or remember, guys, it's a holiday right around the corner. It is currently the 26th of Second Autumn. You arrived here basically the first hour of the 26th of Second Autumn. It'll be the 27th and the 28th. And hey, then it's the first of Third Autumn, and that's the Dance of Twilight. A celebration of Encana, the Lady of Twilight, where many pranks are played, and it is tradition that travelers can find shelter at no cost, and masks are often made and worn to fool people. So, Vela, I think perhaps you see all the decorations and you remember that is right around the corner.
She's fully separated from the party and is buying a mask from a street vendor right now. He's like, ooh.
Well, Vela, you're about to learn that you're in Stoneside because the mask is 2 gold.
God dang. Okay. Yeah, I want it.
Okay.
Neander,
Do you
Vela.
well, real quick, are you buying, what kind of mask are you buying? Are you going like Plague Doctor? Are you going Renaissance? Whatever, I forget what the stories are called, what the archetypal roles are, but you know what I mean.
Probably like Phantom of the Opera masquerade mask.
Yep. It's relatively plain, but it's very finely made. It is plain for the purpose of decorating. Because only a poser buys a pre-decorated Dance of Twilight mask. But to back up and resolve, Bex, did you roll culture or religion?
I rolled for religion.
Very, very good. You know that looking at the that cathedral and the symbol of the Tetrad, the divine Tetrad, the 4 gods, you know that is not a church to one specific god. It is a church of all 4 of them. And based on the name, purely, the Temple of the Daybreaker is likely a smaller temple that is specifically dedicated to Solvanach. You don't know where that is, but you do know that a priest at the cathedral would probably be able to point you towards that smaller temple.
Okay, cool. All right. So, y'all, so the big clock tower, from what I know, is a general kind of area of worship. It's for the Tetrad. I'm not sure where the precise one that we need to go with Cal is, but we can ask them. I'm sure they'd be happy to point us in the right direction.
Cal rolled in that one because he got distracted looking at Neander and went, "Oh, right, yeah."
Thinking of those dance lessons.
Neander's just thinking of the fabric he's going to wear. That's what he's thinking of.
A nice brocade.
Silver embroidery. Like that's what he's thinking.
B, you guys easily make your way kind of up through the city towards the cathedral. This is the Cathedral of Saint Eula. EULA for those keeping track at home. This is a huge, like, Gothic, like, we're talking like Notre Dame. Huge, imposing stone structure, beautiful stained glass and, like, wrought iron work. Walking inside, it is a very quiet and yet very loud space because even the smallest movements, footsteps, the shuffling of robes, whispered prayers fill this vast space. But as you guys enter, an acolyte walks up, asks if you guys need any help, and I assume you guys would ask for directions to the Temple of the Daybreaker.
I would. I also will ask him specifically, so I'll ask about the Temple of the Daybreaker. Also, is there anyone who is a follower of Katomi, a cleric, a healer perhaps, who I might be able to meet with sometime in the next few days?
Yes, absolutely. We have a number of clerics of the various members of the Tetriat. Give me just a second. You asked a question I didn't prepare for. Let's make an NPC. Bex, roll a d20.
I can do that. 13.
13. Okay, and then roll another d20.
10.
Okay. They say to you, Brother Hubald is one of our more esteemed acolytes of Katomi. You just refer. I got distracted by the book. You were asking about a cleric of Katomi, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. I saw all of the names, and my brain forgot every name mentioned in the last 3 minutes.
Yep.
Brother Hubald is one of our esteemed acolytes of Katomi. He generally comes by. Actually, I mean, well, go figure. He comes by in the morning. He likes to be here for sunrise. He's generally here from about like 5 to 9-ish. And then various times throughout the day, but that's the time he's most consistently here.
Okay, great. I maybe by tomorrow, if that's okay.
Fantastic. If I see him, I'll. What's your name? I can let him know you're seeking him out. He might hang around
Rain.
longer. Rain.
My name is Rain.
I'll pass it along. And best of luck at the Temple of the Daybreaker.
Thank you.
This cleric kind of moves away and has given you guys directions to the Temple of the Daybreaker. It is much further downhill from here. It looks like it's almost right up against the wall between Stoneside and Lakeside. As you guys make your way through town, you see more of the decorations being put up. You also begin, as you get further downhill, you begin to smell the smells of a much more active street life. Food cooked on roadside stands. The smell of like spun sugar and sweets being sold from stalls, but you don't quite see them. There doesn't seem to be a lot of street vendoring in this part of town. But as you follow those directions, you realize that the Temple of the Daybreaker is not just close to the wall. It's actually built against the wall between Stoneside and Lakeside. And you see it's a very humble-looking building. Simple stone compared to a lot of the more ornate carvings that you've seen around you. And a stained glass window, which seems to be the only real ornamentation, shows the symbol of the Divine Tetriat, but the symbol of the Dawnbreaker, or the Daybreaker, is much more emphasized. The rest are in silver. That top symbol is in gold. And walking in, it's a much more casual space. This is, if you've ever been into like a small town basement sanctuary, it's got a lot more of that vibes. This might have once not been a temple that was converted to it, but you see there are some rooms off to the side that you imagine might be for like private prayer or meditation, but there's another door that looks like it opens actually through the wall into Lakeside, and you see there are people from both districts mingling. Some are seated in benches, some are kneeling at like cushions on the ground in prayer. Some people are discussing. And you actually see there's like a sort of an exit out to a yard and it looks like there are some people like sword fighting out there. They've got practice swords and just going through some basic drills because Solvanok, also the god of war and combat, and study of such is a form of worship that people participate in. There are many people who are like, my dance with a blade shall be praise and worship before my god. But nobody like walks up to you guys. You see there are like some classic looking monks robed with symbols of Solvanok. They all look fairly physically capable because that's the kind of guy he is. But no one is like approaching you guys to ask if you need help.
I want to turn to Cal because I know he's probably uncomfy. I want to grab his hand. I'll go, hey Cal, you okay?
Yeah. I don't
So,
really know what to do
okay.
here.
Well, I don't know a ton about Solvanok, but what I do know is that there are many myths of him granting courage to noble causes, and the fact that he reached out to you means that you're on a noble cause. You're meant to be here.
He also just gives glory to anyone who's a good warrior, mostly, that stands up. Usually they do the right thing, but, like, that depends on... I think everyone thinks they're doing the right thing, don't they? Like, how do I know for sure that... He's just kind of like... He's more antsy than he normally is. Like, he's just kind of like...
As you say that,
looking around.
Cal, as you say, like, how do we know who's doing the right thing? One of the acolytes seemingly overhears you, who's tending to some candles nearby, and they turn and they just say, well, the only real way to be certain is just to have faith that you're right and trust in the outcome, or be open to learning that you might be wrong. But
Well,
these are the sort of questions we're all here to ponder, so you've certainly come to the right place if you've got questions.
I definitely got a lot of questions.
Do you need someone to bounce them off of? You've got I imagine you've got your companions. We can offer you if you need a quiet room for to talk about things, or if you need
Does
another set
Solvanok
of
ever
ears.
talk to people when they die and then tells them to stand up, stand back up?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, because that happened to me like yesterday.
interesting. I mean,
I got dropped out of the sky by a big ass bird, like really high up, hit the ground. They thought I was dead for a second, but I just stood back up.
okay, well that's a little more uncommon, I would say. Have you? He kind of like gestures you guys to like step away from the front door, and like a little off to the side. And he goes, "So you fell from a great. I'm sorry. There was a lot of information. You fell from a great height, and he kind of looks at the rest of you, and seemed like he was dead.
Yeah, it seemed like he was
Made a
very
crater.
far fall, and then he stood
I
back
made
up.
Yeah, I made a small crater in the ground when I landed.
Well, I imagine a fella of your size. It makes sense.
Oh, other weird stuff's been happening that hasn't happened before. Like my eyes have always glowed, but I was able to heal a friend. I've never been able to do that before, and I've done it more than once. Um, and yeah, so that was weird. And then I should have died, but I didn't die. And then there was a cleric or a healer, some kind of, I assume a cleric. She told me to come here and talk to people, talk to somebody.
Who did she say to talk to?
Crap, I didn't write it down.
I'm the note
I
taker,
didn't
but
write
I
that.
don't think I wrote it down.
Like I kind of.
I just wrote down the temple.
That's all. It's all in my notes is Temple of the Daybreaker is all that's in my notes.
Uh-huh.
I have plausible deniability because I wasn't here.
Yeah, I didn't even write that down, brother.
I wrote Temple of the Daybreaker. That's all I wrote.
Mother Thorn.
Oh,
Yes, the Mother Thorn. Oh, I had it.
Mother.
You found it faster, though.
I was told to talk to a Mother Thorn.
Right. No, that's a solid recommendation. She is very wise and knowledgeable. Yeah. No, I'll see if I can find her. She should be around here somewhere. Hold tight. And he hustles off. Coming back with the acolyte, you guys see an.
It's hard to hear you again,
Oh.
Jake.
There we go. Let me adjust my posture. Is that better?
Yes.
Cool. Coming back following the acolyte, you guys see an older woman, maybe in her late 60s. Hard to tell. You see she looks to be a fireborn, essentially a fire genasi. She's got like deep dark skin, and her eyes, the color is like a bright orange that almost seems to flicker like a coal. And she's got these locks that are tied back, and it almost looks like the locks are made out of flickering coals themselves. She's got like wide clerical robe sleeves that are rolled up to the elbow, and she like kind of gnarled sinewy hands and forearms. This is someone who this I ran out of adjectives, but she thanks the cleric, and she comes over, or thanks the acolyte, and she comes over to you. She goes, I understand that you were recommended to speak to me. You've been experiencing some strange, seemingly divine events.
Gods, I hope so. I'm Calivore. I've been strange my whole life, as everyone back home will tell you. Bigger than everyone, even my family. My eyes have always been, they glow when I get mad or happy. But it's gotten weirder lately. Not too long ago, a friend of mine almost died, and I touched him, and his wounds healed. And then yesterday, a big bird picked me up, flew me up about, 100-something feet in the air, dropped me. I hit the ground, and I heard a voice in my head, and all it told me to do was rise. And I stood back up. I was hurt like hell, but I wasn't dead. And the cleric who looked me over said I was basically fine and recommended I come here and talk to you.
That is certainly a strange thing, indeed, but not unheard of. Would you walk with me? Calavar, is it?
Yes.
And the rest of you as well. It is.
Cal will give them a nod, like yeah, you please come with me.
As she begins walking, she kind of turns to you guys and says, "There is nothing I have to reveal here that is secret or forbidden knowledge." She grabs a staff that's leaning against the wall, and she walks with you guys, kind of like leading out to the yard, where you see it's like a good sized space, and there's some people doing some swordsmanship and some other weapons as well. And she just begins to like walk a perimeter around this open yard under the sun. And she goes, "I've certainly heard of these divine gifts, as I might describe them. They are not common, somewhat rare. But this is a place where much prayer and thought and pondering is done, so we have learned things. But I do not wish to say anything for absolute certain before I know for absolute certain. Young Calivor, would you permit me to perform a prayer of revealing? I think this might help us to understand what may or may not be going on with you.
Definitely looks a little bit more nervous, and his eyes are like flickering like a dark blue. He's, yeah, okay. I want to know what's going on.
She kind of puts a gnarled hand on your upper arm, and she says, "It is fair to be nervous, but I can assure you there is no need to feel fear here."
Right. Okay. Yeah.
She gives you a little pat, and she takes her staff, and you guys see there's almost like a clear crystal type structure set into the top of it, and she looks up, judging the position of the sun, and begins to position her staff in such a way that, like, you guys see a little bead of light is refracted onto Cal, right onto his chest, and she begins speaking in Celestial, which I think, Cal, you speak Celestial because of your plane touched.
And I don't think he knows that he does.
You understand that she is not speaking common.
Yeah,
but
and I think that would throw him off a little, but
you understand the words as she says them. As she says what is essentially, "May the light of your glory reveal that which is unseen, so that we may better understand your intentions and blessings." As you guys see this bead of light that is focused on Cal's chest begin to grow and expand. And Cal, you feel no heat from this, but it goes from a dot to a ring, starting out maybe like an inch and then expanding out from there. And then much quicker, this ring expands out over Cal's whole body, kind of flashing along the contours of his person. And I believe, if the art is to be believed, Cal wears a sleeveless outfit, correct?
Mm-hmm.
With a fairly open chest.
Yeah.
Slut. Love you, buddy.
Only for Neander. What?
You, as this ring of light expands out over his body, you guys see now revealed in the wake of this light are runes and symbols, the largest of which is in the center of Cal's chest, that stretch down his arms, up his neck, and his eyes now shine the most brilliant and pure blue that the purest of sapphires could only ever hope to shine so brilliantly. As Mother Thorn kind of just sort of leans on her staff for a second, as Cal, you see these glowing markings across your body as they remain visible for a good few seconds and then fade. And Mother Thorn just kind of goes, "Well, how about that?"
Okay. What does that mean?
That is, and she takes a breath and walks, and you see there are some benches along the wall, and she goes and she sits on them, leans her staff against the wall. She gestures to some of the other benches if any of you all would like to sit. She goes, "Those are symbols are runes of Solvanak
Okay.
that mark you as being blessed. The things you speak of that you have been able to do, that you have experienced, as well as these symbols, it is a sign of one who has been granted what has been named a spirit of war.
What was that? A spirit of what?
War.
Oh, that's gonna go great with Cal's mind right now. Hey,
It is it is said that this spirit, now some have called it a spirit of glory, some have called it a spirit of courage. I have heard it most commonly referred to as a spirit of war. I've never seen it myself. But Solvanak, when he sees potential in people, either a bloodline, a group of people, he blesses them with abilities beyond most mortals. I imagine in your case, your size and strength very likely come from that blessing. And it is said that those with this gift are destined to become great warriors, leaders, for good or otherwise.
so it's just a weapon then?
Oh no. And she kind of gives you a very soft smile, and she pats the bench next to her, gesturing for you to sit down.
He'll sit. He'll slowly
Yeah.
sit. He's taking it all in, and he's just right now his eyes are a shade of blue that like you guys may have noticed when he was leaving home.
Do not understand this to be that the Daybreaker has singled you out as a weapon meant to wreak havoc upon his and your enemies. An axe can chop down a tree to build a house just as easily as it can carve through an enemy. There are examples in our history of people who have had this blessing. Some of the most prominent ones, there was a Saint Velen. She was renowned as a fearsome warrior and is said to have single-handedly slain a dragon in the defense of one of the great cities in bygones past. Said to be mighty but courageous and a warrior for justice. And then there was Saint Michael. He was a renowned blade master for the Cassilia family, and he counseled those around him in times of conflict and in times of battle. The spirit guided him to temper the hearts and minds of those around him. But it would be remiss of me not to mention Lesh the Proud, who was once a powerful herald of the Daybreaker, until he sought might beyond what he could reach. He hungered for power, and he turned to black magic, and he became a death knight in the service of Sezu the Hungry. This gift you have been given It is up to you to learn how to use it. What are you thinking, Calivor?
A lot of things are making a little bit more sense, but I just have more questions now. Like, I'm just a little farm kid, born to simple folk. I don't know what to do with this gift.
Well, Saint Michael was the son of a fisherman. The conditions of our birth do not dictate where life will take us. This is
I just got to figure it out on myself. Then just got to figure out what I'm meant for.
Oh, Calivor. She kind of looks at your party here, and she goes, "Looks to me like you don't have to do anything for yourself. You've already got people to lean on. You have this place as well. If you seek counsel, you will find it here. But I would offer you an illustration that a mentor of mine once gave me. If the things you know are a circle, then the boundary of that circle is things that you know you haven't learned yet. I know that there are many different species of trees. I do not know all of those species of trees. As you learn more, the circle increases, but so too does the boundary of the circle. Learning things often leads to more questions. That's simply the way of study and meditation. How strongly you pursue the answers to those questions is up to you. But there are many who have come before you who have also sought answers to these questions and have left behind the answers that they found. You have friends with you who know things in their own right, who can counsel you in their experiences as well. But there are places of power in the land where you can seek to entreat an audience with Solvanak himself, if you wish to seek answers from the source of this blessing.
Where sorry, ma'am. Where can I find one?
Well, there we go. There is a shrine to Saint Velen, who I told you about. It is north of here. It's south of Cambermill and west of Riverhook. It's marked on most maps. Now, be warned, Solvanak is a god of strength and combat and conflict. It will not be easy to entreat an audience with him. But it seems that you and your companions here have already gotten out of a few serious scrapes. So as long as you lean on each other, if you decide to pursue this course of action, well, I see no reason why you should not succeed.
He's gonna rub his face. Thank you. I appreciate your help, and there's way more than I thought I was gonna get here today. But now I know a lot of things that I didn't before. I think I just need to find some answers to some questions.
This is why the Tetriad is worshipped as a whole. You've learned, because now, if you know any acolytes of Katomi. They may be able to assist you in the pursuit of this knowledge.
He's just gonna look up at Rain and Neander. I think I might be able to. I might have some friends who can help with that.
Everything's connected. And I think that is where we will end the session.
Oh.
So thank you so much for joining us. Please tune in next time as we go through how Cal is going to process this information and our characters prepare for a night at the opera. So, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you guys next time. Be sure to check in on the off weeks, our cooldown sessions where we give our stars and wishes, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you.